Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Jean. Now today we're going to work on those dies that I showed in my last TEMU haul. So I had gotten 4 dies and I didn't have time to make samples for you guys, so we're going to do them together, okay? So I end up, you don't get these little holders and stuff, those are mine, but I end up getting this little one. And this is going to be my favorite one. So it says Easter Blessings. They're just about all Easter ones. This is a little Easter box. And then this little sandal. All right, so we are going to work on these. Let me get my stuff organized a little better. All right, so I am just using, you can use any embossing machine, die cut machine. So I'm just using my Empress Mini. I can use the Mini for all these because they're small enough. No big problem. Now, at the same time, well, I didn't have to really cut anything. Most of these are so small that you can use scraps. So that's a nice thing about these dies is you can just use your scraps, whatever you have. Okay, we'll take that one. We'll do this little box first, which is really easy. Now, the reason I bought this box is I thought this would make a cute, like a table setting. And it'll hold like a mint or so. It doesn't hold a lot. I'll show you. I have one done. I'll show you what it holds. Now, whenever I die cut, and this is just my machine. Your machine's going to do different. You just got to test everything. I always like a paper shim. And then I use the metal shim that comes with it. And then the magnetic mat. And then the 2 A plates. One on the bottom, one on the top. So we're going to cut this one out. And you always put the... On this one, you put the die on the metal plate, cutting side up. I'm going to put it down just a little bit so it's more in the middle. And we're going to run him through. Get a little bowl out of the way. Usually one pass is more than enough. Cuts pretty nicely. I'll pick it up, get him off of there. And then sometimes they come out, sometimes they don't. But they have little holes in them, and you just push on them, and you can grab a hold of it. Push that one. Get his little ears out. Okay, and let's do the bowl. Cut the bow out. And you'll have to look back at the video. Or maybe I have my notebook down here. I can tell you what the prices of these were. I'll tell you at the end. I'll grab the notebook at the end and I'll tell you what the prices were. Okay, let's get these. And then move this for a minute. Alright. So then it's just got, like, you can see the little score marks it leaves. So all we're going to do is we're going to score those in. And then there's one on the side without my finger there. I'm going to bring those up. Very easy to make these. I bought a bigger one last year. And then I'm just going to go backwards with it so that I'm going to just fold it right there. And then these are just going to hook. Oh, was I on the camera? I probably was. I don't know. These are just going to glue right to the inside like that. Okay, so I'll put some glue on. I bought a bigger Easter box like this last year. And this one is a lot smaller. Let's get a little glue on. You don't need a lot of glue. Now I'm just doing this in plain cardstock. I'm not going to do a lot of fancy. Just showing you guys what they look like. Hold that one in place, and we're going to hold that one in place, and hope I get them in place. Okay. Just give it a second to dry. Oop, I was supposed to cut another bowl. Hold on. That's just about that one to hold down. It's because I'm trying to do 2 sides at once to try to rush. Don't know why, because these dies really aren't that hard to put together. Get my finger in there. Okay. So let's quick cut another bow. I forgot it's a double-sided little guy here. Guy or girl. Okay, now we have our 2 bows. And they're just gonna glue right on here. And they glue down quite nicely. If I can find my tweezers, we'll use our tweezers. But for some reason, there they are. Use my little tweezers to put them down. And they kind of just line up nicely right under his little head there. There's one side. Ooh, geez. It's little. Get that in there. You know, and my fingers don't cooperate all the time, but you know. Okay. Just use that for a minute to hold on that one. It's not cooperating. All right. And then I thought I'd put these little gems on. These little, let's see what color. I think we'll do the pink ones, I guess. What size? I don't know where I got this one for sure, so don't ask me on this one. And I think we'll put the bigger one on. That should be good. And all I'm going to do is just put a little dot of glue in the middle. And then use my pickup stick. And that just adds a little extra touch. Grab another one. All right. Then you have just an itty bitty little box. And now I did one in pattern paper also, so you can see what it looks like in pattern paper. I like to make sure it's a double-sided pattern paper so it's not white inside. So there's, I didn't put nothing decorations on this one. So there's in pattern paper, and it'll fit like if you have a mint like this, it'll fit that in there perfectly. But I thought just as a little table setting, you can maybe put their name on it or something. Like, you could probably write their name right across the bowl if you don't want to do billing. And then put this by their table setting, and then they have an after dinner mint. That's a really small bunny. They do have bigger ones, so look for those. But I did one last year. Okay, so that's the bunny. We'll put that aside. And next, let's work on the other bunny. So it looks like this. So you have the main headpiece, you have the inside ears, and then you have the little feet. Let's bow out. I lost my purple, so I guess we'll use this piece. Okay. For the bunny's main head, we're going to take And we're just going to do white for the bunny's head, and then we're going to do white for his little footsies. Make sure I got it on there. And now, if you have textured side paper like I do, you know, you can use either side. If you have a pattern paper, make sure you're putting your pattern down with the plain side up and the pattern down. Put that back in. Okay. Put the little toesies out. Now just go in. Pop his little foot, 1 foot out. Okay, there's the other one. And then his, sometimes this magnet's so strong it really holds down. Hold it down. Okay, let's put these aside for a second. Now I want to do the little earpieces here. And we're going to do, oh no, actually I was going to do glitter. That's why I don't have purple out here, because I'm going to do glitter. I'm like, why do I have a glitter piece? Because I'm going to do glitter. Because I wanted to show you guys how glitter cuts with it. So we're going to put his ears down. Make sure I have the right side up. Okay. Let's put that on there. Glitter side down. And before you take everything off, just take a peek to make sure that it did cut through. And you can see that mine cut nicely through. Sometimes you may want to run it through twice. But that's kind of why I put the paper shim in, because that'll help with like stuff like glitter papers and stuff like that. Okay, now put that aside and take this. Make sure I got the right side. Nope. Okay, so it shows, got like a stitching around the bunny's head, and then it shows a little imprint where you put the ear inserts. So this is just going to go up like that, glue in that spot, and then the other one in the other spot. Again, let's grab, and you can turn any of these into a shaker. I didn't, because like, you know, I just want to show you what the actual die looks like. I may make some in the shakers later on when we get closer to Easter. And of course, we'll have a video on that. Okay, we glue that one down. See the difference that makes by putting a little glitter? Okay. And you just put it right where the indents are. All right. And then his feet would go here. Now, if you want to, this does not come with a shadow piece. His feet would go here. I'll show you what you do. What I had to do, and that's the only thing it doesn't come with. It doesn't come with like any layering pieces. It's not the funnest. So what I did, here's the sample one. All I did was cut a purple piece of paper and fit behind. You just see, fit behind his little paws. And for his, if you want a backer on it, you can leave it just like this. But if you want a backer for a shaker, same thing. You just kind of cut out a piece to put in the back. Or if you want to leave it like this, you know, you don't have to have a backer on. You can put it on the card like this, because once you put it on the card, you know, if you put it down on the card, it's going to have some color behind it anyway. So that's the only thing with a couple of these, 2 of them, that there is no layering pieces. So you will have to do that yourself. Just cut a scrap piece out of whichever paper you're using, and then you'll get that. So otherwise, you know, Cutwell's, it's a cute little die. Okay, get rid of some of this. Where's my envelope for this? Who knows? I'm sure it's around there. Move some of this out of our way before we start the next one. I'm going to leave my Easter blessing for last because that's the one I like the best. Okay, we'll just move some of that up out of our way. Okay, next one we're going to do is the sandal. Grab the little pieces of paper I got for it. And we're going to do this little summer flip-flops. It comes with the main flip-flops. It comes with this flower. And then it comes with this one. I'll show you what this does, but I'm going to do something different on this one. And then it comes with, ooh, this little itty-bitty one, which I'm going to put back in the... This is the little center for your flowers, but I'm going to use something else on this one. But I do have one done with all these pieces. I don't want to lose this little piece, so we'll put that back in there. All right. First thing we're going to do is we'll do our main sandal. It's going to be green in the flower. Okay. Now this sandal is really, really thin. It was a little hard to get out of the die because it's so thin. It is cute. Now these pieces that are popping out, you could when you put it down, if you want a backing, you could use them as like a layer piece like that if you want to do it that way. I'll show you in just a second. This one, I'm going to have to get my other pokey tool. This is why I like this one from Dollar Tree that's all bent up, because it's really thin. Now this one was really hard. You got to be very careful because the first time I pushed a little too hard and went right, I put a hole right through the sandal. Because this one is really hard to get out. Take out those pieces. So you have to be very careful with this one. Bring it over here a little bit. Because I feel like I almost did it again. And then you got to pull really slow, guys, because it sticks right in there because it's so thin. This isn't my favorite die. It's very, very fragile. So just take your time with this one. And right where this is where I have problems sometimes. There we go. As it gets embedded in there. And I tried going without the shim, and it didn't matter. It still gets really embedded in there. So just a warning on that one. That if you get the sandal, just be very careful with it. Almost okay. All right. So there is the sandal itself. Now, if you do want to put it on, like if you want a backer for this, I wouldn't like necessarily piece this back together, you know, and then put each piece in because it's really not big enough. You need something that reaches the edges. So again, I just cut out a backer again of a different color paper and do that. It's not ideal. I wish they would have came with layering pieces, but it doesn't. So let's do the flowers now. So I'm going to show you both flowers. I need to do 2 flowers. So let's do one. And then I'll do one of this one on this one. I'm not going to use this piece, but we're going to show you what it cuts. I got to make sure that I get, because I got to get another flower. You can tape yours down if you want. I live dangerously. I just throw them on there. I hardly ever use tape to tape down my dies and paper. Okay, so there's one flower. Hold that one off to the side. Okay, we need that flower. We need to cut one more flower. And whenever I use my, now you can see how bad my plate is, but it's really not warped because whenever I do die cutting, I constantly am flipping my board. up and down, sideways, over. I constantly, every time I cut something, I switch it. So if I'm this way, I'm going to go this way. Then next time I may go this way. And look at my plates are quite straight yet. So that's just a little tip, but yet, you know, you can see I've used this for a long time, and it's supposed to look like that. So don't worry. It's supposed to look like that. And now my accent just changed again, didn't it? Okay. So what we're going to do, so I'm not going to cut these pieces. I'm going to show you what these are for though. And because I'm going to use bling instead on this one. So first we're going to go ahead and glue down our flowers. Make sure I got the right side. You only need a little bit in the middle there. And they just kind of glue right up here, however you want. And where's the other one? Put another dot down. Then we'll show you what those little pieces are for. Get one out. But to me, this is, you know, kind of tedious, you know. So you get these little itty bitty layering pieces. And they are for right, you can see them. So they're all these little pieces they give you. And this is that round center piece. So they give you. I did it on the sample. But on this one, we're just going to go ahead and try the bling. Get my flower center down there. Let's see. We're going to do a blue. We're going to do all sorts of colors on this one. So let's do blue for the center. I better put the pink away or I'll have fun separating those later, right? Let's do some blue. And then I have, in this one, there's different sizes. I'm going to use, I think I'll use the big one. Yeah, I'm going to use this bigger one. I got 2 sizes in this kit. I really honestly do not remember where I got this kit. I've had it for quite a while, but these are 2 sizes you get. So I'm going to stick with the bigger size. So let's put this down, bring you guys down for a ride. And then all I'm going to do is put little dot, little bit of glue, goes a long way, on each one of them. And find my little, just to show you a different way you can do this instead, or you can cut those little pieces out. You can hang on to it. I'm just going to put one. Ideally, one size smaller would probably be nice, but that's okay. I think they'll look fine. I'm just going to do one because we'll be here all day. Whoop, go back on there. I didn't have anything I liked in a little bit smaller size. Okay, and then let's see what we want. Okay. All right, what do we want for the center? Let's do yellow. We'll do a green. We'll do a green center. Kind of match the sandal itself. Okay, I only need one. I'm not going to do the other shoe, sandal, flower, whatever. You guys know what I'm saying, right? Okay. Now, I use the half pearls. You can use the gems. You can use whatever you want. But there's just a different look than using the paper cutouts. Here, find it in the camera, Jean. So you can do something like that instead. All right, so that's our sandal. Let's get this over here so we can show. Just move that one out of the way. All right, let's get these out of our way. And do the last one, my favorite one. Okay, I think I got everything back in here. Move our stuff a little bit. All right, let's bring you down just a little. You don't want to be too close. It'll cooperate. All right, now our last one. And we're going to use glitter on this one too. All right, so this one did have this background piece. So you get the background piece, you get blessings, you get Easter, and you get this layer piece. So you're going to take this piece, is going to go on top of this piece. You put that on top of that piece. Then you're going to cut out all the bunnies, and they're going to go on there. Then you're going to cut out Easter. It's going to go on there. Of course, it won't be backwards. And then you're going to put blessings down at the bottom. So that's what we're going to do. So our first piece is going to be our purple piece. Okay, so the first piece is going to be this one. Like I said, this is perfect for just grabbing scraps. You can hear that crackle. That's normal. So, don't panic. I think we need to go down just a tad yet. So don't panic when you hear the crackle. All right, then you get this piece. Okay. Our next piece, we'll do this one, and I think we'll do this one in white. And this one I'll most likely be using when it gets closer to Easter, and I'll make some Easter cards definitely with this one. Told you, it really sticks. Get the little scraps, centers out. Pull it out and make sure we have, there's a little one right there. And I think that's it. Okay, now we got that piece. That's going to be layer on top of there. Now, next we will do, now for the bunnies, I lost my bunnies. Okay, for the bunnies, I'm just going to cut one color because we'll be here all day if we cut them. I have the rest of them cut out here. But you're going to have to do this 6 times. There's 6 bunnies. If you want 6 different colors, you're going to have to do that 6 times. So I'm just going to show you once how well it cuts. And they'll make individual little bunnies. Okay. And then it makes all these little itty bitty bunnies. Save, like if you have extra, what I do is I'll be, cutting out, multiples at a time because I'm going to do more than one card. If you want to do just one card, you can cut a little square and just cut out one bunny at a time. If you don't want to do more than one card, you can do it that way. I got the bunnies cut out. What we need next, though, is our Easter and our blessings. And we are going to do this in glitter again. I'm going to show you how it works in the glitter. Because this is, look how thin this one is. So we're going to show you how nicely it did cut out of glitter. Okay, and we're going to put, I'm going to use this. This is an Anna Griffin glitter paper. So we're going to cut that. And where's my thing? Snap, crackle, pop. Okay, pull it up. Be gentle. Did I cut enough? Nope, we're going to cut one more time. I hope I got it back in place. I knew I usually cut it twice on the thin ones like that. More delicate pieces you want to sometimes send through. That one I didn't have to. That one wasn't too delicate. Now hopefully they will come out on me. I think they will. Might need a little work. think I will. I think they will come out. Okay. Let's get them out. Or another shim would have probably helped this one too. When you're dealing with really fine dyes like this, sometimes it takes some testing. And I'm trying to be very, very careful because this is really, and I just killed the E there, but we're not going to stress about it because I can't see. The glitter off the lights is, you know, really bright for me. Okay, we're not going to stress over that. And let's see. Just go careful. Okay, we're gonna show you, put an extra shim in here. Because, of course, you know, because I'm on camera, it's not going to cut perfectly, right? And let's see, on my scraps, I'm just going to pull something out of my scraps here. And then I'll put that on. And then I'm going to turn this sideways because the shim went that way. And of course, I got a lovely cut on my sample one, but you know. Okay, see how much nicer? So sometimes you may have to do that. So don't stress. You can always recut. Come on. There we go. I guess that's so, when you're dealing with ones like this, they're so fragile. Just take your time. But if that's going to stress you, don't, you know, don't get things like this. Cardstock works really good though. I got a sample with cardstock. Okay, there we go. I think I got everything cut. Let's move this off to the side. And then we'll look at it. We got some pieces to get out of the centers. Let's just be careful. Come on. There we go. You're just not going to cooperate on camera, are we? Get that off. Down there. Now let's assemble this. We have our bunny. Oop, we've got our bunnies here. We have our letters here, which we will do. Don't lose them. Okay. First, we're going to put down. Make sure we have it. I didn't pull it out the wrong because I've done that before. So just make sure. I don't think that's right. This is right. See, make sure when you pull it off, sometimes don't twist it and like I just did. What happened? I'm not out of glue yet. because I'm laying it on its side over here. I didn't put it back in the press. I have that habit of doing that. Okay, we're just going to quickly do this. Okay. And just line this up. You want a little border all the way around, best you can. Okay, now I'll start with our letters. Do Easter up here. What I like to do when I have these little bitty things is I'll take my glue and kind of smear it out. So just smear out a section of glue, and then I kind of touch it in a couple corners maybe. You don't need to stop it on there. I'm going to just put it on there. And my A needs its center cut out yet. Goodness sakes. There we go. Maybe if I put my glasses on too, guys, it would probably be a little bit more helpful. Come on. There we go. So do the same thing. Just gonna dip it in. I just kind of get the corners. I don't worry about getting too much. A, the S, the S. Let's see. I don't think there's a right way and a wrong way to S, but what way looks good to me. S. Or you can use, like, if you have one of those, you know, sticky mat things, or a Xyron. E, which, you know, I broke my E, but we're not going to stress about it. I'm just showing you guys. I'm not, you know, using this for anything. I didn't take my time. Let's get this last piece out. Okay, get the R going here. Okay, there's Easter. And now we'll put our little chickies down in no order. I just want to get the texture side up because I did the texture side. And no, we're just going to put it down. Put the bunnies down now. And you can use these bunnies on other things too. You can make up some bunnies for other projects. So, okay, I did a sample one where I did all the, which I like better, I think, than the glitter. But I wanted to show you both ways. But I like the other version better. My first one I made. Ooh. You know, of course, off camera, I can take my time a little bit, but when I'm taping for you guys. Why do I seem to be missing a bunny? Oh, here he is. He hopped away. He's like, I'm out of here, people. I am out of here. Okay, and the last bunny. Then, okay, then we're gonna do the same thing. Get some more glue down here for our blessings. get some out. I'm going to grab right about here. And I'm going to just dip it down. Okay, and we'll just set him. All right, move this, we don't get, so this is with the glitter, and quite frankly, I like the other one better, which is this one. I just think that's more Eastery, but you can decide if you want to do glitter or not. And in their sample, when you look online, they did black. They did black for the blessing, black for the letters. It's Easter, people. This is the good one, right? Yeah, or your glitter. Okay, so those are the dies that I got and that I showed in the TEMU haul. And let me give you the price on those dies. So the bunny box one, this one here, was $2.48. And the flip-flops, this one here, was $1.98 for the flip-flops. The Easter blessing was $2.98, so that was the most expensive one. And then the bunny head one was $2.48. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed my mistakes and my little troubles there. Usually it goes quite smooth, but because I'm doing it on video for you guys, you know, mistakes have to happen. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye now.